Actually, what I would like to ask you, friendly Muslim asks holy humanist about feminism in 2022. Please explain if you would.
Yeah.
What is it? Because I have no idea. I'm actually
Feminism.
concerned. I'm actually concerned that if I go, hey, baby, I'm committing a feminist crime or calling someone baby or a female baby, how would this work in
Yeah, I mean,
2020?
I wouldn't encourage you to go around to strangers and be like, "Hey, baby, how you
Yo,
doing?"
baby, what up, baby?
I definitely don't encourage you to do that. That is not a way to pull.
Holding the
But-
door open for a woman, does this go against the
Lovely.
new...
Chivalry is not dead. I love it. I love it. Do that.
Someone said, a feminist said, that this would be that the man, if he holds the door open for you, he thinks you're you need a door being held open for you.
That's so weird because I hold the door open for anyone that's behind me,
Yeah,
like
me
whoever
too.
it is.
That's true.
And so many men are like, "Oh, thank you so much, thank you." Even if they say "thank you, darling," I'm like, "Whatever." I held the door
Okay,
open.
so
I did a good
holding a
deed.
door open for a woman, she's not going to feel that, he
Or
needs
man.
to open a door.
No, for
Or
another
man.
human being, it's just common courtesy.
I've always kept it. It's a funny thing that you mentioned. Actually, it's a very good point that and this is one of the most common example people give holding the door for a woman. But I just remember I've actually always had, like, when you walk in and you pull the door and then you just look at if someone's behind you. You don't look at it as a man or
whether it's
or
an
a woman
old
or now.
lady, a man.
You hold the door like that. You hold the door like that, and you stand, and so they go behind you. So that's just common courtesy. I've always done this, always.
Okay, what about
But
paying...
friendly Muslim, you can't do that because God forbid you touch the hand accidentally of a non-mahram woman.
Ooh.
You need to keep your eyes down. Men have hijab too.
Nails going through your head.
I'm covered. Second question, what about paying for dinner? If someone was paying for dinner, if a man paid for dinner for a woman, how would that be treated?
I
In
think
this feminist
still,
world.
that's a really, really nice gesture. I just feel like obviously if you're dating people, I think there's like genuine things where like whoever's initiated the date, if they offer up to pay, then that's really good of them because they've initiated it. But I'm the kind of
They pick
person
the
where I
restaurant.
never ever expect a man to pay for my dinner. In fact, I think it's quite powerful to be like, I can pay for my dinner, plus I can buy you a Michelin star dinner, mate. So like, I don't need you to be buying my dinner. But again, if a man does offer, Horace, don't throw me off. If a man does offer, it's just, that's just pure chivalry, and that's nice. I'm not like that woke in the sense that I'm like, how dare you? Are you implying that I can't pay for this? It's just a lovely gesture, but it is like what people do out of common courtesy and that whole, do you know what I mean? It's just
Again, I heard a feminist argue that
These
this
feminist
would mean
extremists.
that you would that means a man is expecting something and you've purchased him.
The feminazis,
He's
they're just
purchased
stupid.
you, and he's got the... By paying for dinner...
I mean, it's better than the Muslim way where you go to war and you just take him as sex slave. I'd rather he'd buy me dinner first.
Oh, Lord, this went straight to sex
Go on,
slave. See, I told
Nuria,
you,
you are
tilt
so
the
on
head
fire.
and then boom. She was a sex slave.
He's buying me dinner first. That's a big step up.
It's funny when I went for prostate examination, I said the same thing to the doctor. I said, at least buy me dinner next time. But very quickly, let's wrap this up on this point. These arguments are actually getting old. Offering a seat on a train to a lady. I, by the way, actually stopped doing that because sometimes I'm not sure if the lady is pregnant or not, because that is calling for a bigger...
And don't you dare make that mistake.
Yeah, again. Anyway.
Going for a job interview and telling the lady congratulations on the baby and finding out she wasn't pregnant.
Friendly Muslim, no.
I went for an interview, and the guy before me, he was like, "Oh yeah, she's pregnant." And I was like, "Oh, that's really good. Let me going for the interview. Oh well, congratulations on the pregnancy, and thought I'd be charming." And she's like, "I'm not pregnant." Worst interview ever. She tore me apart after that.
Yeah. So you didn't get the job. Safe to say.
No. Yeah. Safe to say, no. She wasn't planned.
No, but see, this is the thing, right? Like, I mean, I think most of these things are common sense things. Like, I mean, I just don't make a comment to a person I'm not aware whether she's pregnant or not. Common courtesy, I give a fake smile to everyone just when as soon as I walk past. If you actually do make an eye contact and you just give a fake smile, move on. No need to say, "Oh, do you want to sit down because your belly looks so ripe?" I'm not pregnant. No need for that conversation.
Jeez, yeah, it's harsh.
It's really bad.
Any other feminism tips for 2022 for the Muslim man?
Yeah, leave Islam.
Leave Islam.
Oh
I said the same thing for the same frequency.
I mean, that's the beginning. There's a long road, but that's definitely the beginning. You will get rid of so much crap if you just do that, because being in that worldview and trying to respect women, let alone feminism of this generation, the two just can't sit together in the same breath. That's why women who call themselves Muslim feminists, as much as I admire the appreciation, like I admire the intent behind you trying to internally, mentally somehow like, you know, like put your foot down and kind of like say, no, there's certain rights. The two just don't go hand in hand. And you always rely on the surah dedicated to women in the Quran, Surah Nisa, but that just works so against what you're trying to argue. And I just think it's high time people just read that and for once believe what it is they're actually reading. You can get beaten. Yes, you can marry prepubescent girls. I don't want to put you through all of this again, friendly Muslim, but you get the gist, right?
Astaghfirullah. Right, next.
Rationality, Hu Akbar.
Thanks for dropping by. Always fun to have you and talk to you. Beej actually made a very good point, and I think you touched upon that too. But there was one more point: the person who invites pays, but person who is invited can offer to pay their own. But even then, I actually don't agree with that. I think the person who invites should always pay, because what if you've taken me to this really fancy restaurant? And he said, no, you know, have everything. And you have it. Again, I wouldn't go crazy because if it's expensive or whatever. But like even one course meal is like, let's say, £80 or whatever, or $100 or whatever. And then it actually happened to me recently. Michael took me to this really fancy restaurant. And then it's like, okay, we have to split the bill. I was like, I would not have picked this restaurant then. But I was happy to eat it. But so anyways, so male friends do that too all the time. So I think you pick the person who picks the restaurant because they have the idea how much it's going to be, but then you do it. You've invited, you initiate.
And Horace has said it's unfair to expect the other person to live up to whatever bougie restaurant that you've chosen if you know that's like not within their means. But also, like, again, the person who invites first, sure, but whoever initiates the date, I think should. But then there's a nice happy like equilibrium where it is cool to go Dutch. I think like paying half and half is always like a good way. And again, as Friendly Muslim was trying to say earlier, if you do go Dutch, there is no underlying expectation per se because you're on equal footing. So
thank you for explaining feminism in 2022.
You're very welcome.
We'll come up with a new update next year as well. All right, thank you.
If you like these videos and want to support me in my activism, then you can support me on Patreon or PayPal. Stay free, everyone.